All right, we are recording Sisterhood Team Call May 27th. As always, thank you all for jumping on tonight. I'm going to introduce Danielle in a second, but if anybody has recognition, you can take yourself off mute and shout your girl out.
Hey guys, I'll start. I just want to shout out a bunch of coaches on my team. First one is Jaden Avery. She went SC20 already this month, which is huge. Like, this is her second month coaching. Also, Emma Schmitz-Missick, she's SC20. Sarah Matthew hit SC10. Like, all these brand new coaches who are just coming out of the gate swinging. And I know there's more in my downline, so I will let Krista shout out her girls. I just wanted to shout out Sasha Harrison for hitting SC16 in her second month of coaching, and Jocelyn for hitting SC8 in her first month. So way to go, ladies.
I have some. Hey, everyone. I want to shout out Emily Robertson, who has hit successful, and I'm so excited for her. And I also want to shout out April and Ashley, who in their first month and a half of coaching have hit like SC12. So they have me running quickly behind them to catch up. So congrats, girls.
I'll go. I'd like to shout out Renee Gamache. She's been coaching for 2 weeks now, and she's already hit SC14. She's rocking her own group, and she has 18 members, so way to go, Renee. And shout out for Nikki Williams. She's been coaching for a few days, and she got her first customer, so she's at SC2. Way to go, ladies.
All right, I have a few tonight. Huge shout out to Kristen Hills, who hit Success Starter officially. Way to go, you are amazing. Shout out to Nicole Shaw, who hit Emerald. And Chelsea, I need to shout you out. Like, first month of coaching, you're at SC26. You have 4 new coaches in your first month. You are a rock star and amazing. So proud of you. And Jackie, Carissa, and Milan, you guys all hit over SC30 this month. You guys are killing it. Like, way to go. And apparently I missed shouting out Jackie on the Crush It call. So way to go on your diamond. You were amazing. Yeah, you guys all rock.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I was going to echo, like, this has been a record month, guys. We have 8 people over SC20, 4 people over SC30. I want to shout out those SC30 girls, Carissa, Jackie, Milan, and Elisa. Like, you guys are absolutely killing it. So many in SC20, so many at like 18. Like, this has been such an incredible month. I want to shout out Erin, my sis, 6-star qualification, which is absolutely massive. She's got the elite points locked in. Like, this was our goal from the beginning of the year. So to make it happen this quickly is just like absolutely incredible. I want to shout out Deanna, brand new coach, SC12 and Emerald, and really putting herself out there in her Instagram stories every single day. I am so, so proud of you. Happy birthday to my second ever coach, Jennifer Milks. I'm so happy that you joined me, and I could cry, but so much of where I am today is because of you, my lifelong friend. So happy birthday, beautiful girl. Also a record month for you, so congrats on that. And that's it. I think, guys, like, so many of you on this call might not even know who Danielle is. Maybe you looked her up once I told you that she was doing our team call, but this is a huge privilege for us. And Danielle was just kind of like that Beachbody Famous coach that I would see at Summit, or, you know, once in a while check out on Instagram. And then she moved to Las Vegas, and I had the honor of working alongside her for the Las Vegas Market Council. So it took me like 6 months to even get the courage to ask her to do this team call, because honestly, her time is valuable. So Danielle, she is a 2-time superstar coach. I'm sure she's going to go through some of her accolades. She has 6 business centers. Everything she has to say is going to be so valuable to us. So I will let you take it away. Thank you so much for your time, Danielle.
You're welcome. Well, thanks for having me on the call. Can you hear me okay? Okay, so I apologize in advance. I'm literally sitting in my car. We took a last minute little road trip, and I don't, you know, that's the beauty of this job, right? It goes where you go. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to totally just sit in the car, let people pass me by, and we're just going to chill right here. So first of all, I'm honored to be on this call. I love watching Courtney. I love watching your team. I think what you guys are doing is incredible. I have been really honored to get to know Courtney better through being part of the Vegas Market Council. And so you guys are really part of something special to be part of the Sisterhood. So I am going to go through my accolades, not because I think I'm cool. So, I mean, I'm like medium cool. Also, if you laugh at my jokes, it makes this call go so much better. So like whoever's on my main screen, you're really in charge of like leaning in, laughing, smiling, perfect. And I'm not telling you who you are. That way you all have to do it. So the reason I'm going to tell you my accolades is because whatever I have accomplished, you can accomplish and more. My hope for you is that not only will you catch up to me, but that you'll surpass me. And I need you to understand who I was before I started. Matter of fact, April 15th, I actually just celebrated my 10-year coaching anniversary, which is why when Courtney asked me, like, what should I name this call? I'm like, be here 10 years from now. Because a lot of times what you hear people say is be here a year from now. Y'all, a year is cool, but a year is not going to get you like an empire. Let me tell you this, 10 years in, baby, we're only just beginning. Like our momentum is really only just started taking off. Like if this is what the first 10 years got me, whoa, y'all better watch out for the next 10, right? So when I first started this business, you guys, I was an elementary school teacher. I was in a very different marriage. So if you do follow me, I have the most beautiful, special, like Darren should literally write a book for how to be the perfect Beachbody husband, or to just be like the best husband on the planet. We have a beautiful marriage that I am forever grateful for. Beachbody actually gave me my husband. Now, I will say this, all independent team Beachbody coaches must work to their own level of relationship status. Coaches are not guaranteed any kind of romantic status. You get it? That was like a relationship disclaimer. Anyway, so I was in a very different marriage, extremely unhealthy, and I was in debt. And when I say debt, I don't mean like, oh, your average credit card, like American debt. I mean, I could not make it paycheck to paycheck, even as a teacher. We were a one income family. My now ex-husband struggles a little bit with working, and I had 2 small children, which is crazy. So my kids are Beachbody kids, really. Adriana turns 19 next week, and Bianca is 14, which means that they were 8 and 4 when I joined this business. And I was in a place where I was borrowing money from my friends, from my coworkers, from my parents. I took out payday loans. I don't know if you know what payday loans are, but essentially I think they should be illegal. They have like a 67% interest rate, and you have 1 week to pay them back. So what I would do is I would take out a payday loan. I wouldn't have the money to take it out. So I would take out another payday loan to pay off that payday loan. And 9 payday loans later, I was royally, you know what? I had 12 maxed out credit cards. And quite honestly, guys, I was broken. I was broken emotionally, and I was broken financially. But see, when you're tall and fit and somewhat attractive, people assume you have your shit together. And to be fair, it was easier for me to let them think that. So nobody wants to think that the somewhat cute girl who's a school teacher and has 2 cute little kids, life is completely crumbling. I hated going home. I was uncomfortable in my own house. And I got to a space where I'm like, I can't believe this is it. Like, I can't believe this is what my life has come to. I would purposely write bad checks at the grocery store, not because I'm a bad human, but because I would play the grocery store game. Oh, you guys are younger. So checks are these paper things, and what you would do is they represented money, and you would hand them over to people. Anyway, so I would go to the grocery store on a Friday night, and I would write a check in hopes that, okay, well, it's Friday night, so they probably won't cash it maybe till Tuesday morning if I'm lucky, and maybe I can get the money back in there. Sometimes that game would work, sometimes it wouldn't. it's funny. Sometimes I think I block maybe some of my memories out of my life. And I was talking to Darren the other day, and somehow we got talking about money. I think because I worry about people right now during this quarantine, because the Danielle 10 years ago wouldn't have survived this. The Danielle 10 years ago couldn't survive even with a job, let alone if things stopped. And I shared with him how when Bianca was a baby, I would sometimes have to use her diaper, and I would shove it in my pants and wear it all day long on my heavy period days, because I couldn't afford to go buy another box of tampons, but I figured that diaper would last me 24 hours, if not longer, which is crazy. So that's where I was when I was coming into this business. And I think people look at me now and they're like, oh, she's so fancy and she lives this great life. And I don't even think I remember some of the deepest, darkest moments of my existence before I came. And when I came to this business, I didn't come to it looking for fitness. I've been the same size my whole life. I'm the girl people love to hate, right? I'm the jerk who really, if we want to be honest, I don't work near as hard as people think I do. I know people think that I probably eat nothing but broccoli and air and work out all day long. But the reality is this is 30 minutes a day in my home. I have good genetics, right? Like that's why I'm as chiseled as I am. But I loved fitness. I grew up a dancer, and the gym was the one place every day that I felt like nobody knew how terrible my life was. The gym was one place a day where I could smile and laugh, and I felt very me. I felt alive. I didn't feel the weight of the world on my shoulder like the minute I left and I got back to my home. So when I came to Beachbody, I had never done our workout programs. I had never even heard of the company, but I needed a second job. I always waited tables or bartended on the side. I literally shut down Chili's the night before I popped out Adriana, and I went back 2 weeks later on a Friday night just laying drinks all night long. Like that was always my gig. I was 4 months pregnant with Bianca, teaching school, elementary school, and every Tuesday night right after school, I'd take my pregnant belly behind that bar and try to make their daycare. Like I was always had a side hustle of bartending. But I thought to myself, I don't want that anymore. I'm in my early 30s. I've got a good job. Freaking hate my life. If I have to get a second job, for Pete's sake, can I do something that maybe brings me a little bit of joy? And that's where I found Beachbody. So I share that because I think sometimes people forget what's possible. I didn't come into this with a degree in marketing. I didn't come into this with a degree in sales. My degree was in fractions and coloring. I didn't come into this with some huge social media. I didn't have an Instagram. I barely had a Facebook account. I had a very unsupportive spouse. I'm an only child. All the things, insert everything, all the excuses that you hear. But here I am today, a superstar Diamond 2, which means that I achieved superstar in my first business center. I achieved superstar in my second business center. My third business center is 9-star qualifying, and we are pushing for Superstar 3 this year. My fourth business center is 3-star qualifying. My fifth business center is 4-star qualifying, and tomorrow I open up my sixth business center. We are not only in the million club, but we earn 7 figures annually. This last year was the 5th year in a row, and this year we're on track to earn double 7 figures. And I have, I'm 112 months consecutive SC10 or higher, top 10 twice, trying to get my booty in the top 10 again this year. We were ranked number 6 2 of the months. Last month we dropped to 11, but don't you worry, we're coming back. 8-time elite, already have 9-time elite on lock this year. CEO award winner, whatever, you name it, I've done it, right? And I tell you that because you guys, all the cards were stacked against me when I started this. When I went home and told my now ex-husband that I was going to be a Beachbody coach, he said all the things that you would expect him to say. You can't do that. You're not a salesperson. That's a pyramid scheme. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, but something in my heart, something in my gut tells me that this is supposed to be the thing that I am going to do. If there's a naysayer in your life, I hope you tune them out. I hope that you literally tell them to shut the up. I see a little face, so I'll keep my words clean. Because you guys, if I had listened to him even for just a second, my life would look so different. And not only would my life look different, but Ashley Molstad's life would look different. Tanya Barron's life would look different. Lori Stewart's life would look different. I have like 22,000 people in my downline. Every single one of those people's lives would look very different. I listened to that one person who, because we all know when somebody's negative, it's never about you and it's always about them. Matter of fact, in my old marriage, the more successful I got, the more he beat me down. The more successful I got, the more he did everything in his power to try to take me down from that. And thank goodness, for whatever reason, I've always had the internal fortitude to know that I was stronger than that and that I was better than that. So if there is somebody in your life right now who thinks this isn't for you, who thinks that this is a scam, who thinks that you're crazy and that you drank the Kool-Aid, tell them that the Kool-Aid tastes so freaking good and ignore them. Because here's the other thing. My husband always says he doesn't understand a man who doesn't support his wife getting after his goals. Matter of fact, my husband always tells me the minute I lose my drive is the minute he'll be less attracted to me. And I love that about our marriage. How can a man look at his wife and say, don't get healthier? How can a man look at his wife and say, no, I absolutely will not support you on working on your brain as much as you work on your body. Nope, I will not stand by and let you better your life. What kind of husband is that? You know what happens? I am not here to tell anyone how to run their marriage, but what I will say is this. Beachbody does two things. It either strengthens marriages or weakens them. And the ones that it weakens had holes to begin with, had problems that were so blatant. But what happened is one person grew and the other person didn't. But the ones that it strengthens because the couple decides together that they are going to work on being the best versions of themselves for each other. So I hope that you have supportive people in your life, but if you don't let other people tell you, oh, but they're family. BS. Toxic is toxic is toxic. End of story. And I do not think that blood is thicker than water. I think that if people truly love you, they will support you in whatever it is that you're doing. We are out there trying to make the world a better, healthier, safer, stronger place. My daughter can go to college and leave debt-free to start her life because of this business, right? Like, it is incredible what we do. People lose hundreds of pounds. People get off of blood pressure medicine. People are able to get out of debt. People are able to live the dream and the life that they always wanted to live. How can someone not support you on that? And if they don't, there is something that they need to work on. And maybe when they work on that, they'll come back into your life at the right time. So here's what I know. I know that when I started this business, I didn't know anything about Beachbody. I didn't have a connection to her workout programs, but I believed my upline. And I am so grateful for her, because let me tell you this. I bet a lot of you wouldn't recruit me. Well, I don't know. You guys have some good SC numbers. But I think it's a lot easier to recruit, to talk to share this opportunity with the woman who just had a baby and has 20 pounds to lose, the woman who, struggles with her weight. But people don't recruit me. You don't look at the 5'10" girl with 6-pack abs. You don't look at her and go, oh, I'm inviting her. I cannot wait. Oh, I can't wait to tell her about Beachbody. No, matter of fact, you tell yourself a story. You tell yourself a story that I don't want Beachbody. You tell yourself a story that, oh, she's probably into the gym, or she's into fitness, or her life's really great. Honey, I needed this business more than anyone. I had 100 pounds of emotional weight to lose. I was hiding in a corner. I was living a shell of my life. Don't not recruit me. And I'm so grateful every day that Jackie looked at me, and when she tells the story of how she met me, she always jokes and says that I walked into her turbo kick training with tiny little black booty shorts on and my long hair. And she was like, oh no, she's not going to walk up in here with her long legs all up into my training. And she could have done that. She could have judged me. Oh, tall, fit girl, I'm not going to tell her. But thank God. You guys, I always say she is, I'll get emotional saying this. I always say she is the angel that saved my life. You know, you hear people talk about, oh, my life was saved because I had an illness or I had a sickness or whatever. My life, I know, would have, I don't know. I can't predict what it would have been, but nobody knows what I know and what I lived with. And if she had not offered me this opportunity, there is no way I'd be standing before you sharing my story. There's no way that I would be living with the most beautiful man who loves and honors me and my children every single day. There's no way that I could look at my girls and say, if a boy doesn't treat you the way Darren treats me, that relationship isn't for you. And it's all because she didn't prejudge me. And so whenever I do a call like this, I always challenge the people. Who do you know like me right now? There's somebody. There's somebody on your list you've been scared to message because you think they have their S together. And so you're afraid. You're afraid to recruit them. But let me tell you, that girl is hiding behind her mascara. She's hiding behind her star filter. She's hiding behind her perfectly curated photos. And she needs you. She needs you more than the person that has 50 pounds to lose. And she is waiting for you. She is waiting for you to give her the chance to shine bright. She is waiting for you to give her hope of what's possible for her future. And that's what Jackie did for me. I looked at her with her big blonde hair and her sweet Southern voice. And I thought, by God, if she can do this, I can do this too. And so when I started, I did it all wrong. You guys, you have an incredible leader with Courtney. You guys are also part of Crush It Nation. I couldn't think of two better people than the Fitzpatricks, right? Like, you have all the answers and the clues. When I started this, I tried to sell our workouts because I was a gym girl. I'm not doing a home workout. And I didn't drink our shake because I eat my food. I'm not a shake person. And I didn't do personal development because I'm like, well, I don't cut up Barbie heads and put them in shoe boxes under my bed. So I'm not crazy, and only crazy people read personal development, which I didn't realize I needed the personal development more than I needed anything else. So in the beginning, I decided to sell instead of share. And where I found myself 8 months in was at a crossroads. I was an Emerald coach, spending more than I was making, which defeated the whole purpose of me even joining this business. And I came to a point where it was either figure out how to make this work or you go back to waiting tables. And this is where a lot of people give up. You've probably had it happen. There's probably somebody actually on this call right now, maybe not, hopefully not, contemplating it, thinking, this isn't for me. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I don't understand why it's working for others and why it's not working for me. And I had those moments. Sometimes when you're in the thick of it, Thursdays is your least favorite day. You get on Facebook and you're like, what? What? Susie went diamond? Susie? There is somebody less magnetic, less intelligent, less talented than you right now slaying the game. But the difference is they believed in themselves and they never gave up. So I went to an event. I wish we could still go to events, and I'm praying that we're all going to make it back to them. And I sat in that event and I watched people walk across that stage and share their story. And in that moment, I'm like, you hear people say it. It's so cliche. Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? But I had that why not me moment because, as terrible as it sounds, I was like, oh no. If those people can do this, there's no reason, Danielle, you cannot. And so I drew a line in the sand in that moment and I made a decision. I decided in that moment that I was like, okay, 2 weeks from today, I will be a diamond coach. And you know what I did? I made it happen. You guys, you hear all the time, Emerald's a decision. So is diamond. Let's be honest. It really is. It's a mindset switch. It is the moment where you go, I can talk to 12 people. Diamond's 12 people, not 100, not 1,000, 12. 8 personally sponsored by you, 4 personally sponsored by yourself. It's by someone else. It's a hand and a little, or 2 hands and a little extra, right? So in that moment, I was like, okay, I'm going to decide. And I started working harder than anyone else I knew. I woke up at 4 a.m. to get that workout in. I started Insanity. First time I did one of our programs from start to finish. Boy, am I glad that I did. I got a best friend and a husband out of it. Y'all, on the set of the Insanity infomercial, Darren was my acquaintance that day. And little did we know that years later, we would fall into friendship and fall in love, and we would go from infomercial to altar, right? Like, I can't even imagine my life had I not done that program. But I was like, okay, I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. I'm going to post on social media. You guys, I was terrible at it. You know how I know? Because Facebook and Instagram reminds me every day. They're like, hey girl, look at how terrible you are. Look at this. I literally cringe, especially the Facebook ones, because those go back like 8.5 years, or 9 years. I'm like, wow, these were really bad. But you know what? People still identified with them. People still click like on them. People still messaged me and reached out. You will get better at social media over time. One post at a time, one day at a time, one follower at a time, one like at a time. And the only way you get better at something is to suck at it at first. So I started posting on social media. I started doing one of our home workout programs. I started drinking our shake. Y'all, you have it easy. We had 2 flavors, chocolate and original formulation of greenberry. Not even like a good greenberry. There's like one weirdo on here who likes greenberry, and I don't even understand you. I don't understand your life. I don't get it. That's why they're doing away with it. But I was like, okay, I'm going to drink this shake every day, and I've not missed it. 10 years in, brought my blender with me on this trip. That shake goes wherever I go. Because why? Because I need people to understand that this is not me trying to sell you something. This is my life. That these workouts, this shake, this community, this is my church. Jesus is great, but Shakeology, my team, these workouts, seriously, they're life-changing. I could have gotten down on my knees every freaking night and prayed, and nothing would have happened had it not been for the intervention of these workouts, this shake, and this community. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just be proof our products work. And here I am 10 years later. You want to know how I run my business? I don't have the fanciest trainings. I don't have the best graphics. I don't even have an assistant. I do it all on my own still 10 years in. Here's what I know. I wake up, I drink a shake, I do my workout, I read my personal development, and I talk to people both in person and online, and I repeat. And I do it over and over and over again. And I will do it every single day until the end of time. I will be 84 wearing cheetah print, talking about you better get in your Shakeology, let's do our workout, always, right? Because you guys, I am here to tell you that this is a way of life. This is a platform that I would have never had. You know, it's interesting. I have so many dreams now, even beyond Beachbody, but it all starts with this business. I wouldn't have a platform in which to stand. I wouldn't have a community within which to share. And I don't even know that I would know how to dream at the level in which I have to dream if it weren't for this business. So when I tell you to be here 10 years from now, I mean be here 10 years from now. Like, what will your business look like for you? I wasn't the fastest person to superstar. I wasn't the fastest person to double superstar. I probably am not the person who makes the most money. I probably won't be the fastest person. I know I'm not the fastest person to get to triple superstar. Maybe it won't even happen. But you know what I know? I know this. If you prick me, I'd bleed blue. I bleed blue down to the depths of my soul. And there's no anti-MLM account that can stop me. I'm one of their #1 people they hate. Hate on me. Go for it. Spend your days making fun of me. I don't see it. I don't care about it. I block it. Why? Because I want to live in a world where truth and good prevails. And that's what this company is. we're not just selling lipstick. We're not just selling magic potions. We're literally selling life. We're literally selling the ability to have friendships, to have communities, to live our healthiest and happiest lives possible. So where will you be 1 year from now? Maybe you'll be a 5-star Diamond Elite coach. Maybe you'll be earning 6 figures. Where will you be 5 years from now? Maybe you'll own your dream home. Maybe you'll have no debt whatsoever, including your house. Where will you be 10 years from now? Have you thought about those things? Have you considered the possibility of what this business can do for you and for your family? Because here's the deal, it's generational. My daughters will live a life that I never thought possible because of this business. And I hope in turn, their children, dear Lord, they are not old enough. I'm too young. Amen. Y'all, she's 19. So, I have to say it, right? Like, she sent me a picture of this boy that she's like been dating. And I'm like, oh, please, I don't want to be a grandma yet. But anyway, their kids will live a life that I never thought possible. What you're creating now, that's why I'm saying what's happening 10 years from now. 10 years from now, I probably will be a grandma. And I will be able to give those babies a life that I never thought possible. And 20 years from now, 30 years from now, great grandbabies. Like, this is a generational business that we get to have an effect on. So my homework for you tonight is I want you to map that out. You've probably made a vision for next year. You have a vision board. But what's your vision for 5 years from now? What does 2025 look like for you? And get super specific. When I did this 5 years ago, one of the things that I had written down was that, my husband and I own a dream home where we get to be outside. And I think I wrote something about the pool. And I don't know if I put mountains, but it was like something about a view. I don't know if you've seen my home, but I could not be living out a more realistic version of that. What does life look like for you in 2030? Oh my God, in 2030, what does life look like for you? I guarantee you, if you can't think that big, you're going to struggle to think about 2021. You've got to think big. That is what is possible in this business. The girl who could not put a full tank of gas in her cars, the girl who could not go through the grocery store without a calculator and inputting every single thing into her cart, the girl who lived with somebody who tore her down every single day, who told her that her team hated her. There's this moment, my team talks about it often, where I did a call crying from the inside of my closet because he had me so convinced that they all hated me, that if people really knew me, no one would like me. That girl today lives a life that she never thought possible. When I look at my weekly income sometimes, you guys, I still have to peek behind myself. Am I being punked? Is this actually happening? And all because I get to do the coolest thing ever. I get to connect with amazing humans like you guys every single day. I get to live with a man who honors me and loves me and cherishes my children like they were his own. That is what's possible in 10 years. So I hope that tonight you'll sit down and you'll do a little thinking. What do you want? Do you want a different house? Do you want to pay for your kids' college in cash? Do you want to be able to travel the world? Do you want to know that you're making an impact not only in the lives of your kids, but in the lives of people around you? And to those of you that are mamas on this call, especially to mamas of girls, I hope you know that when you dream small, you teach your children to do the same. I hope you know that when you put yourself on the back burner, you teach your kids to do the same. They watch what you do, they don't hear what you say. And all the years that I've had mom guilt, just like everybody does, do I work too hard? Do I make this a priority too much? My girls tell me repeatedly how proud they are of me. When I celebrated 10 years of coaching last month, my oldest daughter said to me, "Thank you so much for being the kind of woman that I can aspire to be like. And if I'm half of the woman that you are, as I get older, I will consider myself a success. That, you guys, is what you're emulating. When you dream small, you teach your kids to do the same. But when you dream big, you shatter that glass ceiling for them and you allow them to step into their true purpose. When you live small and you say, no, I'm not going to take 30 minutes to work out. No, I'm not going to feed myself healthy food. Yes, I am going to make everybody else a priority other than me. You teach them to do your same. Do you want your child to be the wife who's tired and can't find 30 minutes to work out and struggles with her weight and is unhappy and is in a loveless marriage? Is that what you want for your daughter? Of course not. So then why do you allow that for yourself? You don't curse around them. You try to model good behavior. So model the life that you want for your daughter, the life that you want for your son, model that for them. Be that for them so that they say, I want to be just like my mommy when I grow up. And if nothing else, if my daughters know that hard work never goes unrewarded, and no matter what you do, that you can be anything that you set your mind to, then I know that this business will be completely worth it. So I hope that tonight you will set your 10-year vision. Where will you be in 2030? What does life look like for you? And I hope that the next time a Danielle crosses your Instagram, I hope you invite her to this business, because chances are she needs it more than you think. So, Courtney, that's all I have. I hope that's okay. I hope that's what you wanted.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I didn't even ask Danielle what to talk about. I was like, what do you want to talk about? And she gave us the topic, because honestly, that was incredible. And one of the first things you said was that you probably don't invite me is so true for so many people. I know that because I live that. And I still struggle to invite you some days. So I absolutely love that. Do you have a couple of minutes for a couple quick questions? Yeah?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to take themselves off mute or put it in the chat? Erin, I think you had a couple.
Sure. Hey, Danielle. I'm Erin. I'm Courtney's sister. Nice to meet you.
You too.
I have questions about your long-term retention. I look right now and I see even our challengers, we've got an amazing culture. We have a lot of people who've been with us already a few years, and I see them with us for 10, 20 years. I'm just wondering what you do to keep your challengers long-term, what your retention strategy is with them and how long you actually see people stick around.
Yeah, it's interesting. The people who are going to stay, and the people who aren't. And so if we're being honest, I don't know that I have a true retention strategy, meaning my goal is never to chase somebody to stick around. My hope is that I have created an environment that's inclusive, that's celebratory, that makes them feel honored and special, that helps them get results, and so that they stay because they want to stay. Both in customers and in coaches, it is never my goal to have to drag somebody along. So I run my challenge groups very similarly to my coaching groups. So for example, on Thursdays, we celebrate wins in our business in coaching. So on Thursdays, we celebrate scale and non-scale victories in my challenge group, right? We have weekly calls with our coaches. I have weekly calls with my challengers. We do fun things, in coaching, like Team Cup or challenges. Well, right now they're doing a bingo, and they have to do certain things to equal the board. I have special team shirts for my team. We have special challenge shirts, challenge group shirts. That's different, same logo, but different just for my challengers. So I like to model what I do with coaching with my challenge groups, because one of the things I noticed early on was we treat our coaches so special and we don't do that for our challengers. So I do coach of the month, I do challenger of the month. I do coach of the year, I do challenger of the year. They get a trophy with their name on it. And so whatever I do in my coaching world, I try to emulate in my challenger world. But other than that, my goal is I want you to be here because you want to be here. And I've had people leave and go to other coaches, and that's okay too. I'm not your cup of tea. I'm not your cup of tea. I wish you the best, and I hope you get results somewhere else. But my, as far as I'll tell you this, I'm not looking up people's Shakeology order, or I'm not like calling people trying to convince them to do X, Y, and Z. My goal is to just be as present as possible, and to create a really inclusive environment that makes them want to stay.
I love that. Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to ask a question? Maybe in the meantime, if anyone wants to put one in the chat, but I will ask, when you see a coach that really says that they want this business, but can't seem to take the action, and I feel like I see it a lot where, you know, they're doing the personal development, they're working out on Instagram, all those things, but can't seem to take the action, whether it's fear-based or whatever excuses they're telling themselves. How do you treat that coach, like as a leader? Like, I know we can all, like, you know, scream at them and tell them to do whatever, but how do you personally treat that coach?
Sure. So I will make sure to send you these list of questions, but leadership 2018 maybe. I did a presentation, and it was basically that. It was basically this. It's like these 15 questions that I ask coaches when they tell me they want to work the business, but you see no action from them. And so I'll send you that, and I'll send you the link to the training too if you want it. But essentially, it goes like this. So Courtney, if you come to me and you're like, but I really want this, but it's not happening. I'm like, okay, great. So we go down this list of things. Like, cool. Are you listening to the National Wake Up Call each week? Well, I mean, I listened to most of them. Nope, didn't ask that. Because 10 years in, I've never missed one. Not a single one. I will never be too good for the National Wake Up Call, right? Okay, so you want to work this? Great. What program are you currently doing? Well, I mean, I was kind of doing Lift 4, but I think I'm going to change to 80-Day Obsession. Not what I asked you, because I believe in power of the program. You need to do a workout program from start to finish the way it was designed, because that's skill transfer, A, and B, that shows the person on the other side of social media that we hand you a simple system within which to do. Cool. Talk to me about your nutrition. Well, I mean, you know, like I kind of do the containers, you know, but like we all have balance. Yeah, sure. I have balance too. You're talking to like a slant. I love French fries and chocolate chip cookies, but also don't be the coach who loses 20 pounds and gains 20 pounds every time we get a new program. And there's a lot of them out there, and they give us bad names, right? So cool. Do you get on every team call? Well, you know, I get on them sometimes. I don't know about you, but for me, I get annoyed every single week with the number of people on our call. Like, it's great, but based on the amount of people who want to work the business, it should be triple that, right? So also I ask things like, okay, cool. So tell me about social media, right? So anyway, I go through these 15 questions, and usually one of the answers is in there, right? And then again, listen, I don't know. I'm kind of known for tough love. I'm not a screamer or a yeller, but what I know is this. You signed up to be an independent Team Beachbody coach. You didn't sign up to be my employee. An employee says, tell me what to do, when to do, where to do it, what to do, and how to do it. A CEO says, move out of my way. I'll ask you questions when I can't figure something out. And I think what happens is, because we're a female-dominated business, we get all in our feelings, and people want to be told what to do. I'm not your boss. I'm kind of like your parent. I'm here to guide you along the way, give you the tools that you need necessary, celebrate you when you do amazing, pick you up when you fall down, answer questions when you need help. But my job isn't to tell you exactly what to do. And so I think also what happens a lot of times is people come into this they want a hashtag CEO, hashtag girl boss, but really what they want to be is hashtag employee. Really what they want to be is hashtag tell me exactly what to do. And so once I go through these things and I'm like, okay, let's kind of map it out. One, you need to connect to a program. You need to get back on your nutrition. I need you to actually read more than one book every 6 months and actually implement what you read. Like, once we go through those things, and if they're still like, yeah, I want to work, if they don't put the steps in place, there's only so much I can do. There really is only so much I can do. My top leaders are successful not because of me. I firmly believe that. I don't think I made Ashley top coach. I don't think I made Lori Stewart 8-time elite. Like, what I think is that I run really, really fast in hopes that she'll catch up to me or surpass me, and I model exemplary behaviors, and I'm there for her, and she knows that, but I didn't drag her. There's not a single one of my successful leaders who I had to drag through the waters to get them there. So I also think what you do is you have to separate this woman feeling that we all have, this mom feeling of wanting to, you can hug everybody. I will love you. I don't care if you're a discount coach who's inactive. I still love you and want the best for you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to drag you and pull you to be an elite coach, right? So I think we have to also be okay with working with the working. And I think we have to know when to treat the Eagles like the Eagles and treat the Ducks like the Ducks. Like, you have to be okay with separating your time and giving it to those who deserve it. And unfortunately, not everybody deserves equal amounts of your time.
Wow, I love that. And I have seen that training, but I would love that document of the 50 questions if you have it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll ask this one last one. How do you invite the Danielle if they don't need accountability or a fitness program?
Yeah, so here's the thing. You do have to figure out what they do need. The Danielle, right, didn't technically need a home fitness program, but I loved fitness. This Danielle didn't need help with her nutrition, but she needed money. Okay. You have to realize I have some coaches too. Like, one of my most top successful coaches, Kim Leamish, 13-star diamond, multiple time elite. Her husband earns like a 7-figure income, but what she needed was her own purpose. She needed to feel like she had something that belonged to her. So I think how you invite a me is first you have to get to know them on social. What is it? What is their why? What do they need? What are they missing? You want to know what? A lot of times girls like me need friendships, real friendships. It is very hard for a successful woman, not in this world, outside of the Beachbody world, to find friends. It is very hard. Even as an elementary school teacher, that first year that at my school when I moved to Texas, only one person talked to me. It was like back being at school again on the playground, right? Oftentimes, the community is what people like me need. We need a friend who understands and can support another sister, right? You guys are the sisterhood. You know that better than anybody else. But it might also be that she needs money. It might also be that she is in the fitness industry and she's running herself ragged, running from gym to gym to gym, just like the National Wake Up Call this week, right? It might be that she is in an unhealthy marriage and really could use personal development. It might be that she's depressed. I've found that personal development is actually what a lot of people need more than they need the fitness and the nutrition. So what I would say is, no different than anyone else, you've got to know their goals and you've got to get to know them. But when you go to invite me, what you have to start it with is, I would lead with community, because I think that that's more often than not, like the girlfriends that I had before I started this business, very few of them are my girlfriends now, because they were more about, they couldn't clap, celebrate, be excited for somebody else's success. Have you ever been part of something where we literally get so fired up for somebody kicking our ass? You know what I mean? We're like, yeah, you're doing better than me. It's amazing. There's nothing like that anywhere. So the Danielles of the world probably need that. But also, don't get it twisted. While money can't solve problems, it sure does provide freedom and opportunity, y'all. And while this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, this is a marathon, not a sprint. What I do know is that there are group fitness instructors, personal trainers out there right now who are trying to go crazy wrapping their head around virtual, or who the only way that they can make money is to be at the gym from sun up to sundown, and they'll still never have the earning potential that we have here. And you just need to share that with them. You need to help them understand that this is no different than an affiliate model that they might be used to, but just with a cleaner line of supplements, right? So just like with anything else, you got to get to know her first. You got to do a little Insta stalking. You've got to like really find like, what is her button that's going to make her tick. And that's why inviting, I think, can be so scary, because there is no one perfect script. Oh my God. There must be some new tights company out. I've gotten 3. I think it's called like, oh, shucks, I'm going to mess it up. It's like something AVVI or something. I'd never heard of it, but I got like 3 messages today. They might as well have been exactly the same. It's like, hey girl, know you love business and fitness. I think you would crush it at this tight business. I'm like, oh my God, clearly you've not Insta-stalked me for even 4 seconds because you just sent me this message, right? So the other thing is like, do your homework. Anybody that you invite, don't just send the blanket script. Check them out. Like, tailor it a little bit. Does it take more time? Yes. Will it be worth it? 1,000%.
So good. Okay, guys, if you want to stay on, we are going to talk some announcements, but I want to let Danielle go because you are sitting in your car on a road trip, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk on our call tonight. Really, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Congratulations to all of you. Your team is doing amazing. I'm just so proud. I love watching Courtney shine, and I wish the best for all of you. And if you ever need anything from me, don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much. Bye, Danielle. Wow. All right, guys. I hope that everybody was able to take some nuggets out of that. Like, that's the dream for me anyway. That's what I want to be doing in 10 years. Have this business so, like just down to a T, like have my challengers, have coaches, be continuously growing. Like, I don't know, I can't even put it into words. It's so exciting, but that's exactly where I see myself in 10 years. And if you haven't sort of checked out what she does, go and do that, because every single one of you is capable of that too. And she literally repeats herself every day in her stories. She does the same thing. And she is consistent. Like I've heard her say before that her superpower is consistency. And it's true. She does the same thing every single day. She shows up every single day. I did a post today about how I've had like a really shitty 3 days, like emotionally, physically, I've not been in a good place, but I've shown up and I've done like 3 of the hardest workouts I've ever done since I started Beachbody. And I have coaching to thank for that. If you are struggling in some way in your life, dive deeper into coaching because it has such a powerful way of making you a better person. Okay, we are going to give you guys a little update. We're almost done of the thank you sale. If anybody has any questions, drop them in the chat right now. But it is tomorrow. We have put together some amazing prizes. I think it's going to be really good, guys. We're doing some of our Sisterhood gear. No shipping, a flat fee, no price exchange. Like, doesn't matter if it's American or Canadian. It's just flat fees that you can PayPal. We have like Start Today journals. We have Beachbody products. We have tons of stuff that we're going to give away. I do want to say we're not going to give any coaches the $20 Amazon card. So if you purchase a completion pack, you are not eligible to get a $20 Amazon card. You're the coach. You're giving the $20 Amazon card. So just wanted to make that clear. If you have a discount coach, if there are any discount coaches, absolutely those people qualify, right? Does anybody have any specific questions, or Era, is there something that you wanted to say?
No, I'm just like so giddy excited about it. Everything goes live at noon. So please like check it out if you are using this sale, because I know a lot of you guys have created your own too, which is like really amazing. But if you are using it, if you're putting people in there, please keep an eye on it throughout the day for the 24 hours, because people will be tagging you, or maybe they won't and they'll just be commenting. So you want to make sure that you're on your people and that you're there supporting them and really excited. If there's like a package or product that comes out that you're like, this is the bomb, this is my favorite, like comment and say that. Like the more energy and excitement we have in the group, I think the better for everybody, and everybody will be a little bit more excited about it. I've been pouring into creating the graphics and the stuff, and I've just been so excited about it. So I think it's going to be really fun.
I think too, this is an amazing opportunity to hit Success Club. Like whether it's so there's the one package that's Friends of the Sisterhood. If you have anybody that's been on the fence, this is the cheapest all year, hands down, no matter what, that they can join these programs and products. If you have a customer that joined 6 months and has not done anything, this is the cheapest time for them to get some skin in the game and re-engage, and for you to hit, Success Club if you have not already, or for you to just make more money. I think we spoke on the last team call. Do not hold back Success Club points. That's been a huge game changer for me since January, is that I refuse any longer to hold back points for the next month. Can you invite guys to it, Bonnie? Yes, of course. Invite anybody you want into that thank you sale event. Yeah, I think that's it.
Let's go for like record volume. I want all you guys to go in your coach office and look at your week leg and see what your record volume on your week leg is, and write that down and make it a goal for you and your whole team to make it a record volume week, because having record volume is how you're going to make a lot more money in this business. And it's super exciting. Like Courtney and I talk about week leg volume at least once a week. And it's really cool. We stock it pretty much. And I recommend that you now start at least once a week, checking your week leg volume, seeing where it's at, seeing who's contributing to it, and just keeping track of it. Like, start tracking your business, right? So activities like this thank you event can help you to build that volume, and help to build a culture within our community, which I'm like so proud of.
So Deanna asked, what is week leg volume? You have two legs. You have a left and a right leg, and one of those legs your coach also contributes to. So Deanna, I'll use you as an example. You're an Emerald coach. You might think that you only have the opportunity because you have only two coaches to earn team volume off of them, but that's not true. I'm also contributing to one of your legs. So go into your back office, go to Monitor My Business, and go to team volume. Every single person should do that, and see what your left leg and your right leg is for team volume, and start to keep track of those numbers. They're a hyperlink. So if you click on left leg, you're going to see who has contributed to that, and you're going to see names that you don't recognize. Some of you will. And that is anybody that your coach has signed up afterwards you on that same leg. So that's just sort of the quick of it. Like, that's maybe there, we do have specific training for that, but everybody should go and click on that and see where they're at with the volume. I have knocking. I think that's it, guys. Have a great night. Thank you everybody for coming on this call.